Welcome back. It has been described as a revolution in broadcasting sweeping Asia. The emergence of small high-tech television stations offering news and entertainment to both national and regional audiences at a previously unheard of low cost. In Bangladesh, there's even more at stake. TV news there is the main source of information and hugely influential. And the country is about to get its first 24-hour rolling news channel. But given the country's political volatility, can a news service stay above the fray? Anita McNaught reports from Dhaka.
In a half-completed building in a suburb of Bangladesh's capital city, a cultural revolution is underway. This is a new TV station under construction of a type the country's not seen before, rolling 24-hour news. The newly recruited staff, a mix of first-timers and old hands, are all undergoing intensive training. It's a news environment nothing has prepared them for.
It is a bit tough job. We are going to give new news, fresh and live news. So it is different from other news channels.
This is a new concept in Bangladesh, but we hope so. Just we have to win.
In others channel, they only give the news. They don't give the background information.
The business plan calls for a launch ahead of elections early next year. That means January. It's going to be a baptism of fire for the news channel's staff. Bangladesh has been in a state of political uproar since the government stepped down in October, paralysed by protests and blockades as the caretaker administration fails to achieve a consensus about how to elect the next government. According to many in Bangladesh, the media has become caught up in this volatility. Deregulation 7 years ago brought in many new private television stations, but now more than half of them are owned by former ministers or close associates of the last government, and so open to charges of political favouritism. Everyone here understands that in a country where 40% of the population still cannot read or write, television news is hugely influential.
Everything politicized here. There's a big polarization. Like all professions, the journalist community is divided. Most of the media has been divided in their political ideologies, and that I consider the major problem.
This from the editor of the country's oldest quality broadsheet. Even print media in Bangladesh are prepared to admit they have problems too.
Unfortunately, our major media house is not running through a business house. It's a political bias, money-making or political benefit-making organizations.
Fayez Chowdhury and his wife Dania head Dhaka's newest TV channel. In this heated environment, why stick your hand in the fire?
Well, it's a dangerous time for a lot of people, but it's also a very exciting time for a lot of people. If you're going to do a news channel, then this is the right time. And if you don't do a news channel, then somebody else will.
But Fayez Chowdhury comes from a prominent family with historic ties to the outgoing BNP government. He knows he's got an uphill struggle to prove his neutrality to this politically sensitized audience.
I'm very, very well aware of that. And obviously, I'm going to be very careful to portray myself as a balanced source of information. As long as my balance is quite evident on the screen, then, I can be respected.
Sanjay Salil's India-based company Media Guru is behind the startup of CSB. Last year they helped open a new TV station in Afghanistan. They're now in discussions with Malaysia, Pakistan and Thailand.
Media in Asia is on boom. The very crucial trend is all international big players, they are coming to Asia because somehow the story is that Asia is going to be like big superpower in coming years. So nobody wants to miss on that too.
Starting up a TV channel is becoming remarkably affordable. CSB News is costing around $7 million from conception to launch. That includes training and all equipment needed for news gathering and broadcast, all put together in 6 months. Salil believes the explosion in media will eventually neutralize the issue of bias in broadcasting in Bangladesh.
Channels don't succeed if they have the wrong kind of perceptions. So I think, and people who invest in business, they understand that for a news channel, it has to be credible news channel. Then only people are going to listen to them.
In a country where journalists are intimidated, attacked, even killed, everyone in the media industry agrees a change has got to come. Many will be watching CSB News closely to see if it is that change. Anita McNaught, CNN, Dhaka, Bangladesh.
And that is all for this edition of International Correspondence. Tune in again next time for another look at how the media are handling the big issues. I'm Fanula Sweeney. Thanks for joining us.